and we're back. Welcome down. Welcome here to Digging Down,
Digging deep.
Digging Deep. Yes, first podcast. I'm forgetting the name.
Listen,
Welcome back to Digging Deep. That's gonna happen, obviously. But Kane, why don't you continue your story?
yeah, back to the Altoona story with that game. He promised me a bet, and he promised a few other people cleats and whatever.
Promised me stuff
And,
too.
Yeah, him and Steph and Key, they go down the dugout and they're like, "We'll be back." And they're like, "Okay."
Like
And
20
the officers are like,
minutes.
"Guys, they're not coming back." And they're like, "Yes, we are. Yes, they are."
Me and Kane were
They
like
wouldn't
looking
break a
around
promise.
like Cole wouldn't break a promise. I don't. You guys wouldn't know, but Cole Tucker is probably the coolest person I've ever met.
Oh yeah,
Cole is so cool, and
I
whenever
believe it.
Cole would like say something, like there's no chance he would go back on it. So we're all just kind of like looking around, and people were like they were giving their hats off their heads, their gloves off
Mhm.
their hands. Like Stefan is like standing in his bare feet, it just in the
'Cause I got his shoes.
in the gravel. So then they come back out and they're like they have just stuff in their arms, like just full in their arms. And they're like practically hobbling along. They drop it and they're like, we'll be right back. And then they go back like two more times and just get stuff and give it away. Like that's the type of things that you're never gonna forget. Like for example,
Mhm.
that was 3 years ago. I still remember that like it was yesterday.
Such a vivid memory in my head.
Exactly. It was
Man,
probably the
that's
coolest game we've ever been to together, Caden.
hmm The funny thing though with Cole is I remember at the beginning of the season, like that was his. It was technically his first season, but he was there for like 3 months the other season before,
Hmm.
and I was there and probably I think opening homestand, and I remember I like dapped him up before the game, like "What's up, Cole?" And he was like, "What's up, Kate?" And, like he knows who you are, the kind of thing. And I'm
Hmm.
like, "Hey, you got to give me a bat this season." He says, "All right, I will." And then I remember at the end of that game, I was like, "Cole, you owe me a bat." Just jokingly, he's like, "Yeah, I remember." I'm like, "There's no way you remember." He's like, "Yeah, I remember beginning of the season, right?" And I'm like, "No way."
Because
It's
then you
just one
so
of those
like
things.
he was getting like a
Oh,
shipment or
cool.
something later down the road and he asked you if he could wait or something. I think that's what it was, wasn't
That
it?
was
I remember the
Casey. Do you
yeah.
think
first
The
day.
next shipment because he's like, I already gave away a bunch of my stuff. I have to wait for the next one. I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. He's like, I know you come here a lot. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Just hit me up next time.
I remember
so like? Do you think you could get Cole on the show?
Possibly.
I could email
That'd
him
be
and see what he
awesome.
says.
Hey, that'd be great.
But, like I remember the one time. I'm trying to think of what it was that I was gonna say, but Cole, the first day he was in Altoona, I had like, cause he's a highly touted prospect. Tops is like mass producing them.
Totally.
I
Mhm.
have like 20 or 50, maybe 50 cards. Maybe it was like 22 with 50. I had like 22 the first day and then the rest the second day, but that's not the point. Like Cole just stood there and people had like that, like hundreds and like binders. They were just flipping pages on him, and he just keeps on signing, just chatting. Like Cole was not a player that like talked down to you. Like Caden, you know
No.
some that did that to us,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna say names just because, but some did, and like that you're not gonna like that doesn't make a fan.
Right.
And
There's a
like
lot of
Cole
guys in
would never
Altoona
do
that
that.
a lot of guys in Altoona is before they make it big, and I think guys like him, Key Brian Hayes is another one that would just was like real down to earth with people.
Stefan too.
That Valley man, that whole infield, Will Craig, those four who all have potential to make it big league. We're just down to earth people coming
Keller was
over
cool
this
too.
time. Mitch Keller was also a very nice person. He turned into a one per his second season because he started to get real big, but he was still just generally a nice guy.
Hey, no, I tell you the story about us whenever we went to see him in AAA.
No, I did not.
Um,
I think I have, but I don't remember it.
I'll just tell it again. Why not? So we're in
Let's
Lehigh
hear it.
Valley, right? The Iron Pigs.
Mhm.
That's Philly's AAA, and we're there to
We gotta
see
talk
the.
about them in a minute.
What do you say?
We gotta talk about those Phillies in a minute too.
Yeah.
But
So
continue the story. My bad for interrupting.
that's good. We're just sitting there because we went up there to see the Altoona guys because they were playing Indy, and that's Pittsburgh's AA. And like we're just seeing everybody we knew. Like trying to think of who was there. It was would have been 19. So who was there in 19, Cade? Brubaker,
Brubaker was
Keller,
there. Keller, yeah, it was Keller Rose.
Craig. Probably.
Tucker might have been there.
No, I
He
don't
might have
think
been
he was
there
there
just
yet.
at that point. Reynolds was probably up.
Yeah, Jason Martin too. But
Mhm.
anyway, so those guys are all there. We went up to see them. They're being really cool. I remember Keller came out and specifically went to talk to somebody and walked past everyone, went to talk to a relative or something, or a family friend. And I remember he didn't sign for anybody over there, which is weird for Keller, because he wasn't pitching either. But then he comes back, walks right over to me, and we talked to him for like 25 minutes, and then he walks right past everybody else wanting him to sign. That's what's cool is that he specifically pointed me out because he remembered me, and that's the type of stuff that makes a fan. That's what we were talking about. The type of stuff you don't forget. That's what more players need to do to get kids involved.
Totally.
I'm gonna tell one more story, then we're probably gonna move on. I went to a game in 2019 when Tucker was he was called up in April and then sent down. And he was up and down a few more times. So it was in the end of the season. And I took two of my buddies with me, and I was just joking around. I'm like, Cole's gonna come out and he's gonna know who I am. They're like, yeah, sure. Next, he comes out. I'm standing right next to the dugout. He goes, Caden, what's up, man? Daps me up, and my friends just have this stare on their face, like, dude, you're for real. And he's like, yeah. I remember from Altoona. I'm like, hey, Jay said hi, and he's like, oh, Jay, I miss Jay. Tell him to come to a game.
I need to come see him. Have you seen him since then?
He gave me a cameo for my birthday.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
And my mom paid for a cameo, and all she put was like, hey, Cole, it's Caden's mom. And he filled in the rest. He was like, Caden, what's up, buddy? It's been a while. How have you been? I miss all the curve games. I can't wait to see you at PNC. My mom didn't say any of that in the description. He just knew.
Yeah. I gotta go see him again. Cole's so cool. If you get to know Cole, Cole is so cool.
Yeah. There's just one point I want to make, though. If you look at all the fans and everything, there's one big MLB star who loves talking to fans, taking pictures with fans, and that's Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very fan.
He is a top tier, big name guy.
One of the best.
And all
he
does is take pictures, sign autographs, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you wouldn't expect. Oh, I want to get a Mike Trout autograph. You could get that in person. But I'm not going to name somebody. You go to someone else, and they're not going to sign. They're not going to do pictures, unless if you run into them in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember a quote. I don't remember who said the quote, but it says, "When you were little and you wanted your favorite player's autograph, and they said no."
It's Tomei. I've seen this before.
Imagine how you would feel if you ruined someone else's dream just like that.
That hurts, though, for real.
Here, I'll read you the quote. Give me a second.
It's something like that, where it's like, as a little kid, if you got denied, don't let someone else's dream of getting your autograph be like that too.
I'll find it. Give me a second.
I wish all players kind of just rolled with that, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Even if it's just one. I understand guys like me and Jake might come with 8 cards. If you sign one, I'm still grateful for it. I'm not asking you to sign all 8.
Even if you just say one per fan.
A lot of the players assume that people just sell stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
That's something they shouldn't do, because regardless, that's their choice. That's their stuff at the end of the day.
Plus, they're not getting much for it because they have no certificate unless they take a picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not getting, I have a Max Scherzer glove. I can't sell because I didn't get a picture on it. I wouldn't sell it. Max Scherzer is my favorite player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I found it, Caden. I sign every autograph I can for kids because I remember myself at that age. I think it would be ridiculous if some guys wouldn't sign for a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
Even if I am 18, I'm still gonna pursue the hobby and,
Totally.
Autographs. Even if it is of my future son, that's something I want to do is we're gonna go to a baseball game and we're gonna meet the players because that's something very cool to do.
Are you guys gonna go to any Pirate games this year? Tickets are gonna be $20.
Maybe. I've heard the Dodgers tickets are $8,500 for the bleachers, which is insane.
Yeah,
I guess that's what happens if you have yourself a winning franchise.
Mm-hmm. I prefer the $10 hot dog seats, but that's okay.
And $8 water.
Yeah. The hot dog buns though, but that's okay.
All right,
so what's our next topic?
We should move on here to
we can always tell more stories. We got more episodes, don't we?
Yeah.
We can tell more stories, honestly. I mean, I feel like we've covered a lot for episode 1. I mean, we can always cover more.
Mm-hmm. I think we should do one more. I'm gonna say Rookie of the Year. It's our last topic of this episode. Who's
Rookie of
your
the year.
Rookie of the Year candidate?
I can't really be in on this, as I've said before. I don't look at prospects, anything like that. I should be looking at prospects, but I don't.
Mm-hmm. Jay, I'll turn to you. Who do you think AL and L Rookie of the Year?
Sorry, I'm back. What was it?
Yeah, who's your pick for NL and AL Rookie of the Year?
The NL, I gotta say Mackenzie Gore. That dude comes up, he's gonna make a huge impact. He's a lefty. He's got nasty breaking balls. He can throw hard. He's got basically all the tools you need to be a good pitcher.
Mhm.
Whenever I look at the AL, the one that really stands out to me, if he plays, because I've heard that one podcast that their former GM did, but Jared Kelenic. I've seen that kid hit. He can hit, and he can field. He can run. He's like, I don't want to say a young Juan Soto because he's not like an average hitter, I guess, but he could totally come up and do something up there.
Mhm.
What do you think, Caden?
I'm not going to show my bias here, but for the NL Rookie of the Year, I'm going to say Ke'Bryan Hayes. I really think that he's going to come out and have a very strong season. I think he's going to prove himself to be the elite franchise-leading third baseman the Pirates were hoping he was going to be when they brought him up. I think he's going to hit around 310. I don't think he's going to hit a lot of home runs, but probably a bunch of RBIs. I really just hope that he can continue what he was on last season and just be dominant. Like, I think that's what the Pirate fans need. It's like that little glimmer of hope from a young guy. And I hope Ke'Bryan Hayes can prove that this year and hopefully win NL Rookie of the Year. And then for the AL, I'm going to go a little off the board here. I'm going to say Alex Kirilloff from the Minnesota Twins. I think Kirilloff is going to go into possibly a starting role, if not a DH role. I think he's going to get a bunch of playing time. I know the Twins are a very competitive team. Another under-the-radar team. But they're kind of older, and they got to incorporate some younger guys in their lineup. So I think a guy like Alex Kirilloff, they can slot maybe 6'7", play right field, maybe DH. From what I saw last season, the postseason, I believe he hit 500 in the game he played. But he definitely has the potential, and I think the Twins, if they use him right, he can be an AL Rookie of the Year candidate. And then also Wander Franco. I really don't know if he's going to play right away, but if they do bring him up in, say, June, I think Wander Franco is definitely a possibility for AL Rookie of the Year from all the hype that he has.
I saw him on his Instagram story back in the World Series was posting about, like, he posted his jersey or something, and people were, like, freaking out. But, yeah.
I think that's all the time we have for this first episode.
We've got
we
about 5 more minutes, I think.
Yeah, I know, but we still have to upload and everything, so I think this is all the time we have for now. But we will catch you guys in the next episode, and thank you for tuning in.
Yep, thank you.